This is the Professional Edge. Thank you for listening. My name's Sean Todd, tax attorney, CPA, certified financial planner. What we're talking about is wealth alignment, and we're focusing on estate planning. How are we planning your estate to make sure that your wealth is aligned for the overall plan? Wealth is the accumulation of assets, and therefore it's taking you a lifetime to do that. But if you do things wrong at the very end, it is irrelevant what your rate of return on your portfolio has been. It's irrelevant whether you have purchased some commercial property that has done very well, increased in value, if you don't have things aligned on your estate planning. So let's take a second and think about this. Well, all right, we've done very well. We've invested $200,000 in your 401k through the course in time, company match, growth in the market. It's $1 million IRA. Well, it's a 401k until you stop employment, retire, and then you do a self-directed IRA, direct rollover, no tax consequence. Perfect. So when you do that online yourself, the primary beneficiary is your spouse, contingent beneficiaries, you name your kids. Talked extensively about this last session. So when we look at this, there is the potential that you will disinherit your kids and they will get none of that $1 million. Simple as your wife inherits, does a spousal rollover IRA, your wife meets Romeo. Romeo then goes online and updates the beneficiary designation to each other, spouse first, kids second. And we're going to include all 4 kids, 2 on her side, 2 on Romeo's side. Perfect. Wife passes. Who's the primary beneficiary? Romeo. Romeo's there. He goes in and updates his primary beneficiary because his spouse has passed away, right? So with that in mind, Romeo just says, my 2 kids, primary beneficiary, equal 50-50. Guess what? Romeo passes. Anybody getting anything on the first side? The answer is no. So the rate of return on that portfolio, the IRA, the 401k, is irrelevant. You just lost it all. Think about that for a second. All those 30 years of saving, putting away $1 million, you didn't align your estate planning. Think about it. Your stockbroker's not a licensed attorney. He says, well, I'll talk to your attorney about that. I just am going to fill out the form that says who the primary beneficiary should be. Well, that primary beneficiary is going to control $1 million asset. Wouldn't you want to get competent counsel and advice? I think I would. The 1-800 firm is not licensed to give legal advice, not to give tax advice. So they just say, here, just give us the principal primary beneficiary on this IRA account. It's $1 million. You're controlling it by 1 sentence, and you put in your spouse. That's it. Spouse gets remarried. Guess who's going to be the principal primary beneficiary? Spouse. Who's that? That's Romeo. Your wife passes. Kids think they're going to get the IRA once mom passed. That's their intention, right? Sorry, not going to happen. Romeo's going to walk in there and say, well, I'm principal beneficiary. $1 million is mine. Kids run to the attorney. An attorney says, the kids say, wait a minute. Mom and dad left everything to each other. And then when the survivor then was to pass, it was to go to us in equal shares. Attorney says, let me look at that. Yep, that's what the estate planning document says. And let me investigate. So the attorney investigates. He was the one that said, put the spouse on there as the principal primary beneficiary, and then the kids as contingent beneficiary, because the stockbroker said, I don't give legal advice, need to consult with your attorney. Well, the attorney just simply nilly-willy put the spouse on there because he heard about the spousal rollover IRA. Okay, great, perfect, not a problem. But has that missed wealth alignment? The answer is yes. In my opinion, that's why I'm stressing this, because just given it a cavalier approach, It goes to the surviving spouse. Yes, we're fine. We protect that first generation, but where's the alignment to protect the second generation? It's not there. That's where it's being missed. So I'm trying to get that message out. We don't want to have that $1 million IRA go to Romeo who didn't sacrifice and put it away. We want the family that sacrificed and put it away to go down and protect the family who earned that money, who sacrificed. So that's aligning wealth from that first generation to the second generation. We don't want to leave it to chance because think about it. Romeo inherits that $1 million IRA. He has no legal obligation to the children of the wife who passed away. The only obligation he has is to himself. That's it. He can name his 2 kids as being the primary beneficiary, or Romeo can get remarried and leave it to wife number 2. Any way Romeo wants to do it, because now Romeo is the owner of that IRA. Let's not let that happen. Let's name the right beneficiary designation on your largest financial asset, your IRA. Name it a trust. Leave it for the benefit of your surviving spouse, but as soon as they pass away, it goes down to your kids in equal shares. However you design that, could be 60-40. That's up to you. But it guarantees that that largest financial asset that households have goes down to the family members on that second generation. That is wealth alignment on the estate planning side. Give our office a call at 404-250-9798. That number again, 404-250-9798. It's real simple. Pull the beneficiary designation on your IRA or your 401k. Look at it. If it says spouse first, kids second, there's the reason for giving the call. You have not aligned generational planning in your estate planning. Your wealth is not in alignment. It's not going to guarantee that your kids are going to receive those proceeds. Let's think about a life insurance policy. I'm done beating that qualified account beneficiary designation to death. So stay with me. So on a life insurance policy, think about this, $1 million policy, death benefit. Now, how many of our listeners have ever received $1 million as a lump sum? Very few of us, let's be honest. So how do we control that? Well, let's not let that all go to the surviving spouse. Again, let's put it in a trust, because once the surviving spouse has it and they get remarried, then that has the potential to go to that new spouse, Romeo. Why don't you leave the $1 million in trust for my surviving spouse? Let's hold it. Let's protect it. Let's creditor proof that. And if spouse gets remarried to Romeo, she does not have the opportunity to take these life insurance proceeds and leave them to Romeo. She can leave the other things to Romeo, and we protected that the IRA can't be to Romeo if we did the beneficiary correctly. So now we got the life insurance proceeds, $1 million, $2 million, whatever your death benefit's going to be. So A, we're going to protect our surviving spouse, and let's say that she has nothing to do with the finances in the home. So you can assign a financial advisor to that $1 million account, which is going to come in income tax free because it's a death benefit, but assign some professional management to that $1 million to A, support her, because when people don't earn the money, it's real easy to spend. She may get the $1 million and say, you know what? I've been waiting to redo my kitchen. Boom, there goes $150. The master bath needs redone. There's another $100. So we've already smoked $250,000. Remember, she's got to replace her car. You said she could not get that Infiniti or Mercedes, and she goes out and gets that. That smokes another 70. So she smoked $400,000 before we even wake up on Tuesday. Think about that. And it does happen. I've seen it in my practice. So assign a professional manager, investment advisor to those proceeds in trust to protect her from herself and also protect her from the predator, Romeo. In our example that we've been talking about, he's a predator. So we have these monies stay here, and we guarantee that whatever's left inside that trust account then goes down to your kids in equal shares. And again, we add another layer of a trust for that kids' line of inheritance, because we don't want it to go to your ex-son or daughter-in-law. We don't want it to be in controversy if their marriage does not work out. And yes, am I being very cynical about marriage and whether they're going to last or not? Well, I hope everyone lasts, but the numbers are telling me different. 60% of all current marriages end in divorce. So if you're prudent and you have things in alignment, you have to take that risk into account. And the largest potential creditor is your ex-spouse. So let's keep that creditor at bay. Let's keep that predator at bay. It's fine. The marital assets, let's split them, do whatever the judge wants to say. But this inheritance that they had nothing to do with, why are we going to even open that up to an argument that they should potentially have an access to that or be awarded that? Let's not do that. So that's one thing. Wealth alignment also going down to that next generation. Let's say one of your children is a spendthrift. Well, then you definitely need to align your estate plan with your wealth and have those assets go into trust for them, have a professional advisor assigned to them, and dole that money out for, let's say, a lifetime annuity stream that they get paid each and every month, and the performance of those assets are professionally managed, not, we're going to sell her a lifetime annuity, whatever this lump sum is of $500,000. It's a lifetime annuity. You're not going to outlive it. Bing, bang, bong, done. Well, you just smoked your $500,000 of principal. You never can get it back unless you factor this annuity, which I would not recommend because they give you pennies on the dollar. So that's another thing on aligning your wealth in estate planning, the aspect. You got to go beyond that first generation. And even on that first generation, you got to make sure it's going to be aligned for the second generation. If you don't do the planning on the first level, then you have the potential of disinheriting your kids when it goes to that second level. That is wealth alignment on the estate planning side. My name's Seed Todd. You can get a hold of me by giving my office a call at 404-250-9798. That number again, 404-250-9798. We do this every day with our clients at estate management counselors. We align their estate planning with their portfolio, with their tax strategies. That is wealth alignment. Thanks for listening to The Professional Edge. My name's Seed Todd, tax attorney, CPA, certified financial planner, host here on The Professional Edge. I appreciate you listening in.
With today's financial markets, are you getting the personal and professional attention you and your money deserve? Clients of estate management counselors benefit from having one set of professionals advise them on their tax, estate planning, and investment advice. We call that the Professional Edge. Seed Todd is a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. With over 15 years' experience, he welcomes the opportunity to assist you in preparing for retirement, implement effective tax planning strategies, and to help you properly plan your estate. His radio show, The Professional Edge, is aired weekly on Sundays at 9 a.m. If you're interested in meeting with Sean, call his office at 877-654-9798. That's 877-654-9798. Do you want to feel more confident about making the right investment, tax, and estate planning decisions? Today, these decisions are more complex than ever. Have you thought about working with a professional advisor and not sure who to turn to? Not sure what qualifies one to be an advisor? Seed Todd is more than qualified as a tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner. Seed is with Estate Management Counselors. Estate Management Counselors operates as an independent fee-only investment advisory firm. They're dedicated to gaining a personal understanding of their clients' objectives and implementing professional counsel and advice to achieve those objectives. So take a second to talk with Seed Todd to learn how you can benefit from their multidisciplinary practice where they coordinate their clients' legal, tax, and investment strategies into one comprehensive and integrated plan to enhance and protect their clients' financial security. You can reach estate management counselors and speak with Seed Todd by calling 1-877-654-9798. That's 1-877-654-9798.